I love you. What do you do it for?
I don't know if I should admit this. It also becomes like a breeding kink. And
A what?
She said, oh, she's the Coretta and I'm Martin Luther King.
You know? No, I hear you.
So do you blame Octomom?
Welcome back to another episode of the NightYap.
With your hosts, Raven and Regina.
Today we're going to be talking about our unpopular opinions.
But first, we're going to flip a coin to see who's going to go first. So, Regina, heads or tails?
Tails.
And it's tails.
Tails never fails, baby.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked tails. All right, this one might be a little controversial to start with, but speeding is not impressive.
Ooh. Yeah.
I do be speeding, so
Girl, I was about to say that silence was way too loud. No, girl, stop.
I'm a little guilty.
No.
I don't do it for...
What do you do it for?
I don't know if I should admit this.
Say it. Tell us.
I don't be paying attention to the speed limit. I just go whatever's comfortable.
Girl, that's dangerous.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm in a fast mood. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let me go the speed limit. But yeah, why do you say speeding is not impressive? Okay, like I don't do like dangerous levels of speeding. Okay, like I'm not going like 20 over. You know, I more range like 10, 15 maybe. You know, like I don't be going like 100. I'm not that crazy to like be going like 100 or anything egregious like that.
Like 92.
You know, I'm doing 40. I'm doing 40 and a 30. You know, like that's cute.
Okay, that's not the worst. I respect that you don't go overboard. I think that when it pertains to the safety of a collective, we should all be more conscious of how we can be a danger to others. And I guess that's in particular what annoys me about, I would say, reckless driving. Maybe I should fix the original statement and say reckless driving is not impressive. Like, there's nothing funny about driving carelessly, like you don't have anyone else to consider, even your own life. And there's just way too many lives lost to people that feel like they can play around with what is safe on the road. I don't like it. I don't.
I feel like it's the wildest when it's like a Jeep Grand Cherokee flying down the highway, weaving through cars like it's a Corvette.
Yeah, I was about to say like if you have to do all that like weaving in and out of traffic, that's a little too much. Because I like to leave a good amount of space between like the cars in front and behind me. Yeah, so it makes me uncomfortable when people are like too close to me because I'll immediately move. Like, you're not about to harass me, and I try not to like be too much on somebody else because I mean, anything could happen. It's like something could jump in front of their car, or like have you seen those videos where like somebody's wheel will freaking fly off their car and now it's just in the middle of the road and somebody has to either press on their brakes or swerve or something, and I'm always just thinking about something like that. So I can understand, like, I'm not doing all that weaving in and out. That's too much. Only to get to your destination like 1 or 2 minutes ahead.
Right? You see people just driving so crazily down the road, and then you pull up next to them at the red light. Was that worth it? And the people that be thinking, oh, I'm in Fast and Furious, I'm just gonna start racing this other car on the road and see who wins. No, they be ending whole lives for that. You know, there's nothing fun about that. There's just so many things that people normalize that's dangerous on the road, and this does not pertain to people that are having medical emergencies. I think that's the only excusable instance where you could be driving carelessly, is if something happens to you while you're behind the wheel. But other than that, I do think it's a choice, and a choice that we should not be making. I think we should all
it's preventable.
We should be in congruence about that. We drive as safe as possible at all times for our safety and the safety of others. I don't see why people think like, oh, well, I know these roads, I can just defy physics, I'm so good at driving. Like, nah. We should not be driving like that.
It's crazy that our cars even have the ability to even go anything over like 90s. Like, where are we driving that even 90s allowed?
Unpopular opinion, cars should only go like 50 miles per hour.
That's the real unpopular opinion. No, because like we really got to do better than just because we can go that fast don't mean we got to. Anyways, are we done with this opinion now, I think?
So my unpopular opinion it's a little unserious, but I would like to say I think a lot of people are dragging it when they say Jay-Z is ugly.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Like, don't drag me. I think a lot of people just don't like his features, and his features are maybe this is coming from
Okay.
me. Like,
No,
I
I
love
get what you're
like
saying.
Afrocentric features.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's ugly. I ain't saying he fine. Like I would say he like a good 5 out of 10. But I feel like y'all
Okay.
be dragging it. Like the way people be like, oh, he's so ugly.
Yeah.
Or how did he end up with Beyonce? Because I'm not that big of a Jay-Z fan, but like the videos I have seen of him, he is pretty funny. So a mid dude plus
Good
him being
sense of
funny,
humor.
I can see how he would snag somebody like Beyonce. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But for everybody to be dragging it like, oh, he's so ugly, you guys just don't like a big nose and big lips.
I see what you're going
that's
with.
just my opinion.
No. Yeah, you're right. I do think that those kinds of features are a little, there's a little less room for that kind of feature. And I will say that I did notice that the negative opinions did also kind of transfer to Blue. You know, like I feel like when she was coming up in the world, everybody was dragging her too for the reasons that she looks like her father specifically. So I will say that that is not what, in my opinion, makes him what I think he is. I'll just say that there's more to a person's like energy than
their physical characteristics.
Yeah. And I think we can all sense that there is something else there.
And he's also very charismatic. And not gonna lie, like charisma, like that really does help a person. Because sometimes like you look at somebody like, ugh, like they're not the cutest, but then they come and they just feel themselves. And when I see somebody like that, I'm like, you know what? If you think you're cute, like maybe you are. And
you look mad hard for that. You look deep. That's funny.
I feel like a lot of girls have that experience. Like they talk to somebody that's quote unquote not on their level, but it's because they took the time to talk to the person and get to know them, and they're like, oh, they're actually a pretty good person, and this is why I can see myself being with them.
I do feel like that matters a ton, I think, truth be told, and this might be just me and the kind of person that I am, but I do think that how we feel about a person influences how we feel about a person.
Okay, I think I understand.
Let me start over. How we feel about a person greatly influences all the various ways we can perceive them, including in their physical appearance. Because I feel like Raven was saying, I'm objectively, surface level. You might look at somebody and not find their features agreeable, but all of a sudden you're like, I love that about you. I love you. That's
Damn.
what I feel like. Sometimes people have strange things that on anybody else would be strange. Like think about Mr. Bill Skarsgård. A huge part of the reason why we feel like it was such a well executed character by Bill is because he's just a really likable person and he's really dedicated.
I like when people have unique features.
Yeah.
Just because it's something different to look at. Like everybody doesn't need to look the same.
Yeah.
Or like with me, I know one of the first things like I look at when I'm meeting a person, I don't know why, but I look at people's teeth, and I love unique. I love unique teeth. Like I don't think everybody needs straight teeth. Like I like when people have gaps. I feel like it gives their smile a personality, and it's really cute most of the times. Like now, if your shit is like 5 miles wide, then okay,
get that fixed.
Raven said you got to have the right distance of gap for it to be well.
I didn't say that exactly, but I feel like it might affect your chewing. So I'm saying it as But I like when people have unique features. So
no, me too.
Maybe that's just me.
No, I think there's like some kind of like scientific explanation for if people have like two perfectly chiseled features, we deem it unattractive.
Scary.
Maybe a little uncanny sometimes, where we're like, you don't really look real. You look a little too good,
manufactured.
Yeah, I do like the unique qualities of certain individuals, and it's just always interesting to think about things that you might find unattractive about yourself that might be someone's like favorite thing about you. I love stuff like that. So I get it. All right.
So final verdict.
Jay-Z ain't ugly. Y'all just anti-black.
That's true.
Or you can sense the other stuff going on.
In the deeper crevices.
We can sense that he's a cheater.
I mean,
I don't like that. Just saying.
Sniffed him out.
Uh-huh. Anyways, I think we're done here. We're
Yeah.
done? Okay. Unpopular opinion, but I do think that having children needs to be an intentional, well thought out decision.
Okay. I can't say I disagree too much with that. I mean, of course, we're not parents ourselves.
Yeah, we
but,
opted out.
I mean, that's the reason I haven't had kids yet is because,
yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons, because I don't have a plan yet. So why would I introduce that kind of chaos into my life? What's your reasoning behind that opinion?
I guess I feel like even though most of us are capable of being parents, I don't really think that we've all just earned that. There are specific steps and processes we have to go through in order to even have developed enough to fit the role of being a parent. There are just too many people that are skipping past that, not really thinking deeply enough about it, and perpetuating the cycle of a kid growing up with, you know, a fraction of the experience that they should have in childhood because of it.
Mm-hmm. Like a lack of structure, for sure.
Yeah, it's become too normal for people not to actually work on themselves before having a kid and work on themselves while having a kid. And it's kind of scary to see what harm can come of that.
Mm-hmm.
So does that align with people getting married in high school and having kids?
That's a good question.
I honestly feel like teenagers have no business planning to have a baby. I mean, it's one thing, of course, if it happens. I mean, stuff happens all the time. But to intentionally plan something like that, and you haven't even had the experience of being an adult yourself, like just jumping straight from high school / teenagehood to straight being a parent, you know nothing about life. No offense, but what do you have to offer your child? And how do you plan on setting them up for success?
Yeah.
I mean, I do admire people who, you know, do accidentally have kids and then then they realize like, oh, this is real. And then like they actually work hard to make something of themselves and do something positive for their kids. But other people who are just very like laxy-daisy about being parents and they're like, oh, they'll end up fine. No, you brought this child into this world. Like you are responsible for providing them something better than what you had, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Sometimes it can work out favorably whether or not you did plan to have this child. And a lot of people do step up to the plate and do the best that they can. But there's even this space of not really showing up fully despite it being the best that you're capable of. And that's the area that I want to shed more light on, that even your best might not be good enough sometimes when it comes to a child's overall well-being. It's interesting to consider our level of maturity, because for those high school teenage students that feel like I know enough about myself, I know enough about life, and I know that I can do this, I do think that we're taking big leaps of development at different, like we're peaking at different age ranges that we reach. I found it interesting recently. I said this wasn't going to be research based, but I remember reading an article about how they're finding that we may not be moving into an adult phase until we're actually in like our 30s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always heard 25.
Yeah. But even that, I'm like, they're not even 25 yet. But now it's showing up that we might even have like another
5 to 10 years to actually be formed.
Yeah. So I do think that does severely affect how we make decisions. So I wouldn't want to make it from an underdeveloped version of myself, you know? And I guess that's why I have this opinion, because I do feel like there's so much when you're not like, when it's not normal for you to work on yourself, there's a lot that you will do that you think has no impact and bears virtually no consequence. You'll view it as minor, but I do think that it means so much more for a being that just came into this world with no other experiences, you know? So to me, that's just something I like Raven said, I would want to set my kid up for success. And I don't think I can do that if I'm not like
best version of you, essentially.
Yeah. So that matters.
Yeah. And I know people will always have that argument of, oh, you'll never be ready to be a parent. And I could see that. I mean, there's always room to grow, but I feel like you can definitely set yourself up. You know when you're going to be financially ready, you know when you'll be emotionally ready.
Yeah.
No matter what, being a parent is going to be an exhausting task. But I don't think a lot of people think about the severity of what they're doing.
Yeah.
They just kind of
you really don't
do
get a
what
break.
they want to do. Yeah. And I would say, like, I've been married since I was 21. I mean, we've been married for 4 years at this point, and I feel like I constantly get that question of, oh, when are you guys gonna have kids? Like, it's such a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
No, I'm good on that. But
Yeah.
my argument is, I haven't even been out of my parents' home for 10 years. Can I, every year since I've been 18, I'm learning so much about myself. I'm still gaining more confidence in just being a grown woman. And for you to think I'm gonna just throw a child into that hot mess, not right now. Just give me a few more years. Let me finish doing the things that I want to do. Let me travel a little more. Let me finish this degree.
Yeah.
And then we could talk about a child. But for now, I don't need that in my life. I already know how I am after work.
That's what I'm
I already feel
saying.
stressed. I can't
Like,
imagine what parents go through. Like, I have to feed you at the end of the day. Most of the times I don't feed myself. So I'm not doing that.
no, I'm saying, like, I already know that I'm not in the right headspace to be able to maintain, like, all aspects of their well-being, because I already know how I feel when I get off work. I think it would be terrible to have a child when I feel that way. I would not want to tend to them. I'd be like, never mind. I'm not even saying. All I'm saying is I like to be able to take a nap when I need to and be undisturbed. And if a child is over here in my face when I need to take a nap, I can already see, like, that being already a challenge for me if we're allowed to be 100% transparent. I've also been on Teacher Talk a little bit, and I'll hear some little whispers about how parents are gradually making this shift between having their kid at school all hours of the day so they don't have to deal with them. And I just feel like that's wrong too. You know, like, I think we should explore adulthood when we're ready to let that take all of our time, not just, you know, when it's convenient. I don't think we should just choose to have somebody else care for our children when it becomes inconvenient. I think that's another thing that feels wrong to me. That's the thing that I feel like I'll say that I'm noticing. I think a lot of the people that didn't have parents that were there properly, they think like, well, I turned out fine, so this kid don't really need me like that. They'll figure it out themselves. I'm setting them up for success by leaving them on their booties.
Yeah, but I mean, your child needs you.
Yeah.
Your child is always going to need you, no matter what their age is. At my big age, I still be bothering my parents. So it's a job that truly never ends. And a lot of people think you stop raising your kid after 18 for whatever reason.
Yeah. I guess I feel like I want to be a very attentive parent. So until I can be that, I ain't gonna make myself be that. That's for sure.
I'm waiting till a point in my life where I'm bored. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of having all this free time. I'm tired of sleeping in on Saturdays.
Let's see, yo. Let's see what age Raven reaches when she decides she's tired of life and bored enough to have a child.
50?
What age you see? Because we initially thought, like, or at least for me, when I was like probably like, I don't know, 12 or so, I thought 25. You know?
Me too. I thought like, oh, 25. Yeah, that's a great age.
Yeah.
But life hits you quick.
Yeah.
25 is not a good age.
Yeah.
Like,
all of a sudden you're 25, you're like, not right now. So we'll see. Maybe I honestly don't even think 30, maybe 35. I think we had older moms. So I think that affects our like time clock just a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like, what's wrong with being like 35 and being a first-time mom? I don't feel anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Because I think after you get to a certain age, like I've always seen that with like moms in their mid-30s or even their 40s, they're a lot calmer. They're a lot more chill.
Yeah.
Like they might not have the energy to keep up with their kid, But I mean, shoot, I've seen 25-year-old parents not be able to keep up with their kids either. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do see them being a lot more calm and nonchalant about things. Like they don't make a big fuss, big of a fuss about every little thing.
Yeah. That's kind of why I feel like it's important to let yourself age a little bit so that you could be properly present for your kid on moments that might be really challenging for you. I know at this age, we're still learning how to regulate to some extent. So I'm not trying to blow up because my kid forgot they had a science project. You know, like if it's 7 p.m. and they're letting me know they got to go to the store, I don't want to make it seem like it's
I'm gonna be laughing because I know I did the same thing too. Your mama was a procrastinator too.
Yeah. I want to be able to laugh that off, not be like, you ruined my day. You know, like I don't want to freak out on them like that. But yeah, hormonally for females too, that's another thing where I'm like, you know what? Until we get our hormones like somewhat steady, maybe we should think about how that affects our ability to be a parent sometimes. I don't know if that's problematic to say or not. Might want to edit that out. I'm just saying. All right. Is that our concluding thoughts for that opinion? I think that's enough to work with.
Yeah.
We have almost 20 minutes for that.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, good talk.
So for my unpopular opinion, I'm tired of celebrity culture. Overall, I feel like the less I know about celebrities, the better. Because I feel the more we get to know them, the more I don't want to support them. So honestly, I would prefer if they would just be quiet because I'm tired of my favorites being ruined. Like for example, I love Doja Cat's music, but I feel every time she's in the headlines is never for something good. Like her getting online and calling her fan stank was very unnecessary.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could just do less if celebrities were just like a little more quiet and prioritize their private life.
Stop showing feet.
Oh, stop showing her feet to the racists?
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm not over that situation with that guy. Poor thing came online was like, I don't know what I did wrong. Like it seemed like everything was going well. I just think that's so crazy for her to like give him mixed signals and then blame him for everything, you know. I hear what you're saying and Doja's she definitely has talent. It's just it sucks that I don't know.
Like I get her wanting her privacy, but how she goes about showing that, I think it's really weird.
Yeah.
But besides that, I wish more celebrities would kind of take on like how Beyonce does it. Like she doesn't address the people if there's a lot of rumors going on. She just gonna let people talk amongst themselves. I think especially after she had Blue Ivy, she really was like, I'm not gonna get into all that petty stuff that you guys are gonna keep talking about regardless of if I interact with you guys or not.
Yeah. I do like her approach and things. I don't feel like people need to know what we got going on a personal level. I don't think we owe it to people to give them like sensitive information about what we're doing and who we're with. I always envision her living her best life somewhere random that doesn't matter to us. And I kind of like that she keeps it that way.
Yeah, because I feel like the more we get to know certain celebrities, I'm like, wow, you really are a bird. And this is unfortunate. Like somebody that we grew up with, like Keke Palmer. Honestly, the more she talks, I'm like, I don't understand you or your mentality. Like you've talked about cases like your situation with Trey Songz where you felt violated at certain times in your relationship with him.
Yeah.
But then you're over here supporting certain men. Like what was Megan Good's man?
I don't know.
He called her his Coretta. She said, "Oh, she's the Coretta, and I'm Martin Luther King."
Oh,
the black guy that beat on the white girl, and there was like a big lawsuit about it. Jonathan Majors. Keke Palmer's over here platforming people like Jonathan Majors.
She just went to see Blueface.
Just kind of it's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical.
What was her one project that she did personally? The project that she just came out with, where she like
very tone deaf. I don't know. She just like not very aware of what's going
Yeah.
on. Like, I'm still confused on who that show was supposed to be meant for.
Yeah.
A Korean adoptee adopted into a black family,
Yeah.
going to an HBCU, and she's the
Uh-huh.
main character.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to relate to? Who's your audience?
Yeah. And I guess you can expect that from somebody who had an upbringing like Kiki, because she got famous really quickly. So I guess she's at a disadvantage in some ways because of that.
Growing up with her, or like somebody like her, like I feel like she was somebody that we all looked up to.
For sure.
And the more she talks, or like the more I pay attention to her,
More
like,
she talks.
I don't think I could get with you. Like,
Yeah.
you're giving like a pick me auntie in a lot of her recent moves. Because even when all the backlash came out about the show, she was saying, "Oh well, the show, it was created by a lot of black like a lot of black creators, so we should all be going out there and supporting it." And it's like, I get that, but you didn't respond to any of the criticism, any of the valid criticism that people gave you. Like, you just went straight to, well, black people are making it, so we should all be supporting it. And it's like, no, but the criticisms are valid. You didn't talk about anything in relation to that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's hard to stand by any of the celebrities that we want to support, because eventually you come to find out that their record's not really clean cut like they like to advertise themselves. It's like a matter of when at this point. I feel like there's so many people that we liked that eventually something comes out where we're like, oh, I don't think I can listen to you in good conscience anymore, or like go out of my way to purchase things in your name. You know, like,
It's like, don't meet your heroes.
pretty much. After the Johnny Depp situation happened, I realized that there's nobody worth defending anymore. None of them.
Yeah. Like, I'm not expecting celebrities to be perfect, because of course at the end of the day they're still people.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like the less we know, the better. Because then even in situations like, they'll get in a relationship and they'll broadcast everything about their relationship.
Yeah.
And then they break up. And then they want to be like, can you guys please respect my privacy? Or I don't want to tell you guys anything about what's going on. And it's like, you're the one that publicized your whole relationship.
Yeah.
And you know your fans, especially nowadays, are going to grow this weird parasocial relationship with you. And they think they really know you and they'll want to know everything. And then now all of a sudden you want to cut them off saying like, oh, whoa, you guys are just really invading my personal space. And it's like, you never allowed yourself to have that personal space. So I think it's better if we all just have like that separation. Like, you just do, you sing, you act, dance, do whatever you do that we know you for, and keep it at that. We don't need to know nothing about your personal life.
Unless
it's not needed.
Unless you're a terrible person. I don't know about that. I do. I do. People that are actually just horrible to others, they don't deserve recognition. They don't deserve to be rewarded for being a plague to society.
What do you think about somebody on the level of someone like a Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
Well, she's not necessarily harming anybody, but
no,
people aren't messing with how vague she's being about certain topics.
She's perpetuating, for sure.
Yeah, and she's doing it on purpose, and I just feel like it's so dangerous to give people platforms that are like that. I don't want her to... Well, I wouldn't want anyone to... to be so okay with representing an ideology as dangerous as that. You know, like, at this point, I think if she cared about that, she would have cleared her name by now. That is something worth clearing her name about, because she's, I guess, at least tolerant of that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know recently she did come out with something like saying like, guys, I don't really believe in all that stuff, but it's too late.
And she's her whole family too, right? Didn't that also come out?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I just feel like, we should know about people that believe those kinds of things. I think we should know. I think so.
That's fair enough. Yeah. But overall, I'm tired of celebrities putting us in all their business and then being mad.
Especially when they live in life messy. I'm like, come on. You think we're not going to want to know about this or talk about this? It's crazy. You thought you could just sweep that under the rug and we would just overlook it? Like, you got arrested at the airport for possession. You know, like I,
Oh,
you
who
know,
are you talking about?
there's a bunch, but I was thinking about a couple Stranger Things cast members.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you're saying like wild stuff like that, maybe expose yourself so we could just count you out. But yeah, for regular celebrities, I'm just, I'm tired. So let us know if you guys made it to at least opinion number 5. Let us know if you think our opinions are even unpopular or if you agree at all.
Like and subscribe.
So my unpopular opinion is you should be willing to, and this might not be that unpopular actually, but I don't hear people talk about this enough. But you should be willing to invest time and care into cultivating your home environment.
Mm, okay. So
Mhm.
just like decorating wise, vibe wise, or
All of the above. I feel like how you structure your whole house will influence the vibe of the house. So when we have things like feng shui and all that, I do think it's important to like actually take some time, understand it, figure out how it corresponds to the space that you're working with, and think about what you want out of the space that you have, I guess. A lot of times I feel like people just be putting anything anywhere and not thinking about what it does to their brain, what it does to their consciousness. Those things matter, you know, and it influences how you go about your day. It's so important to have a safe space for yourself and make sure that that space is tidy and put together. That's how I feel.
okay. That's fair enough. I can see what you mean because your environment does influence how you feel. Like if you come home and you're in a cluttered house or just somewhere that's very busy,
Yeah.
that could definitely affect your mental and just stress you out even more when it doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like you said, like your home should be your peace.
Yeah.
So it should be something that would produce that feeling from you, I would say.
Yeah. I think we as a whole underestimate how much our brain picks up on in each moment. We may not even be aware of the way that having things everywhere can contribute to stress. If you have to constantly step over something that's obstructing your path, that's another thing that your brain is having to make decisions about, you know, another thing that your brain has to like account for. And why
Mhm.
would you add to that when we've already got enough to be thinking about, you know? Mornings when I wake up to stuff everywhere in the kitchen, those are mornings where I feel a lot more chaotic internally, I think. It always feels good to start the day with like a fresh, clean space. I feel like my mood directly correlates with that. I think that that's the case for a lot of us, especially females. I think females can relate to that.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
as far as vibe goes, I also mean the energy that people bring into your home. You should be extra protective over that as well. I don't think that anybody should just be invited to your house. I don't think just anybody should even know where you live. We should only have people in our spaces that we trust with our life. And I don't mean that lightly at all. I think that there's more that we can pick up on that we might not be able to consciously understand, but subconsciously is there. So, you can't just invite anybody to your home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, not everybody has good intentions for you.
Yeah.
Like, some people will act like they're cool with you, but I feel like deep down inside, you know, like, maybe they don't have my best interests at heart. So if you
Yeah.
have those type of feelings towards somebody, that's
Yeah.
probably not somebody you should be getting all buddy with, or
I'm
like you said,
saying.
inviting them in your home.
Yeah, just it all contributes to just the general feeling of safety that we should prioritize. We shouldn't just treat it as this place to eat and sleep and then leave. I also, I guess I have this opinion because I feel like a lot of people feel weird about spending time in their house. They'd rather be somewhere else doing something else. But I'm like, that's a little weird. You must not like your house enough, and you should.
Coming
My
from
home
an
is my
introvert.
favorite place. It's where all my stuff is.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. All my favorite things are here. I love being here. You should. Everybody should.
it's a fun house with all my kitchen appliances. Like, guys, this
Yeah.
is my favorite place to be. I love my stuff. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I took some time acquiring these things and they were specially picked out, you know? So I do think that we should have a space that we're happy in that contributes to our happiness. And I think it's one of the ways to make sure that you're fully recharging because you're surrounded by happy things and feeling happy, you're gaining your energy back. You're feeling good. Yeah, I think we should talk more about structuring our home environment in a way that contributes to our overall livelihood.
You might be onto something, Regina. You might be onto something.
All right.
I'm letting you know now. We did not talk about our opinions beforehand. So this one might overlap a little bit. And I promise I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. But my unpopular opinion is that it is selfish to have kids.
In general?
And just like inherently, I just can't think of any reason without you putting yourself first as to why you want to have kids. People always want to say, oh, I want to leave behind a legacy.
Yeah.
What do you have to offer your kid besides a bad hairline and some debt? Like,
Damn.
what are you offering for real? I mean, and that kind of goes along with Regina's point of people not planning their kids or not setting them up for success. So I'm not talking about all parents generally, but people that have nothing to offer their kids. What are you doing?
Yeah. You remember that one TikTok lady where she had like 7 kids in a 1 bedroom and she was like pregnant again, I think?
Yeah,
Stuff
there's
like that.
been several ladies like that on TikTok.
Yeah. I just feel like that is crazy. You're not even...
You don't even have a pot to piss in yourself, let alone your kids.
Yeah.
It's just for the love of the game.
You know what? I'm a piggyback on this and say when people have more than 3 kids. Do you know what the saying
that was
is?
gonna be my second point to this. I was gonna say 5 because I didn't want to be too nitpicky.
Yeah.
But my point was that like if you have more than 5 kids,
Yeah.
I don't think you have enough time, energy to focus on all of them and give them what they need. I just don't understand how you can be in all these places at the same time. If you're a stay-at-home mom, okay, maybe you have the time and ability to do those things. But if you're in a 2-parent household where both people are working, I just don't see how it's possible.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me speaking as a childless woman.
Yeah.
But
maybe all these are
hearing other people talk about their experiences, especially the older kids, they tend to have more negative experiences because they tend to be parentified. Like at a certain point, it's like they're not able to enjoy their childhood, or they can't go out and hang out with their friends because they're responsible for babysitting their 5-year-old, 2-year-old sibling. But it's like they didn't sign up to have a child. You laid on your back and you got pregnant, and now you're trying to put this off on the older child. I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah, you asked the oldest. That's a triggering question to talk about that. And I get it, because they really did give up a huge part of their childhood just to be able to like help their parents raise their siblings that they didn't even ask for, to be honest. And I was the 4th child, so I feel like I can understand a lot there about having too many of us to account for sometimes.
And then see, you gonna end up like Kevin in Home Alone. Like, how you only got 5 kids and you leave one of them? You're like, y'all already in Paris and y'all didn't really. You got 5 kids. You did not realize you left one child at home.
They did that shit like 3 times.
Yeah, like how many movies was there? But like for sure, I do think that you were a lot more prone to neglecting at least one of your kids when you got way too much going on. Because if we're supposed to maintain our individuality and also develop a good relationship with our children, and there's multiple of them, I think it becomes like you got to pick and choose at one point. And I think that's where the neglect comes in.
Yeah.
So
because I feel like at a certain point, it also becomes like a breeding kink. And
a what?
I think some people just have an infatuation with like babies.
Yeah, people love being pregnant sometimes.
But then they don't realize that once their child gets to a certain age, you still have to take care of them. Actually, they need more from you now than they did when they were a baby or toddler.
Yeah.
And you just neglect that because, oh, I just want another one.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you need another one? Like people just talk about kids like they're like Pokemon or something. Like, you don't need to collect them all. I assure you that right now.
And they got them in different colors too. That's a Pokemon reference.
Oh,
the shinies.
I thought you were talking about biracial.
Me too. I was like, oh, I mean,
oh, they got them in different colors.
Shiny Pokemon.
Oh my gosh.
I like it. Never mind.
No, I hear you.
So do you blame Octomom?
Okay, in those cases, what can she really do? You know?
It's like, doctor, can you take like one or two out?
No, that's crazy. That's terrifying. But no, I agree with you, Raven. Can't help but wonder now, like, what reasons do people have kids for? Like, is there ever a good one?
Repopulating the earth?
Even that doesn't sound
it's
good
yeah,
enough.
always about repopulating the earth. But I mean,
Yeah, I'm like,
shoot,
I
we
don't.
destroyed half of it. I think the planet will be okay if we calm down for a few decades.
Yeah,
Shoot, we might suffer as elders, but am I gonna care at that point? I'm gonna be halfway out. So
yeah. I do think that kids are such precious beings. I don't think we should bring them into this world without like the purest intentions and the ability to like fully be present for that experience. I think that they deserve that much. That's what I think. Our last unpopular opinion comes directly from our producer.
I believe, unpopular opinion or not, the age of consent should go from 18 to 21. What do you guys think?
Higher.
that's
At least,
Oh,
yeah. Because
yeah.
our I was thinking originally like 25,
Yeah.
but because that's when our frontal lobe, quote unquote, whatever. But at least 21, old enough to drink, old enough to make a child.
to consent.
I guess that's better. That's an improvement for sure. But when I think about the version of myself that I was at 21 versus the version of myself that I was at 25, I feel like 25-year-old Regina had a better shot at making good decisions. Not that I ever made horrible
Mhm.
decisions in my life, but I guess I just felt like I made better choices when I was older, and I was
Yeah,
able
I
to
feel like
think
when you're a
deeper.
little older, you
Yeah,
actually start to think of the consequences that can happen because of your actions. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I really think that 18 is like when I was like 7, I thought 18 was a grown adult.
Mhm,
When I was 15, 18 seemed like, oh, I'm almost 18.
mhm,
That's still pretty old.
mhm.
Now, being 26, I'm like, 18 is like a little baby still.
Yeah,
21 is like,
For
you
real.
is like, okay, you're
21 is still
starting.
kid to me.
Yeah, to me, it still seems like you got a lot of growing to do.
Yeah,
Even being 26, I feel like
yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
why I'm like, when I heard that we're not actually like we can expect more development like well into our 30s, that's when I was like, that makes so much sense. Because now that I'm approaching these ages, I don't really feel like what they described. I
Hmm.
don't.
I'm like, are we ever gonna feel like we know what's going on in life, or are we all just guessing as we
I think everybody,
age?
I think everybody's guessing. I mean, this is
'Cause I
everybody's
think we
first
all
life.
just faking it.
Yeah. I wish we would all admit that. That's another opinion. Nobody knows what's going on. Why can't we all just admit that openly? You know, like, why do we all have to sit here and act like we're superior to each other because we made different choices and we're better off in life for it? You know, nobody really knows.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of predators, they really just wait till somebody's 18. But if it was lower, then of course they would approach somebody. Like if the age of consent was 16, then
Mm-hmm.
they would approach a 16-year-old, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is disgusting because
Yeah.
these people, 16, 18-year-olds, they're kids. And I don't know, I think some people just look at the laws as if they're moral, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's necessarily true. Like legality doesn't equal morality at all.
You right.
So I don't know. 21. I mean, it's the age that we're allowed to drink.
Mm-hmm.
What other freedoms did we get at 18 besides being an adult and being able to vote?
having to go to
Like,
war,
what else really happens?
you get sent off.
I don't know what else we get at 18.
A reality check?
Yeah.
Uh,
No, when 18 hit, I still remember my 18th birthday so vividly. And I just remember just feeling doomed. I don't even know why. I just
Why?
remember like just kind of zoning out and being like, life is supposed to begin at this age. Like real life.
yeah, it's just the burden that you feel almost.
Yeah. I just remember being like, there's no going back now. That's kind of what reflected in my head like all day.
I think it's crazy that they let 18-year-olds sign freaking college loans at that age and allow them to set themselves up for
Mm-hmm.
potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt.
Lifetime debt.
And they don't fully grasp like the concept of interest
Mm-hmm.
or anything at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you would barely allow them to get a credit card, but you're gonna allow them to sign up for a loan with 20% interest.
Yeah.
That's not insane to you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. America is screwed in just so many ways.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I like that he brought that up. It's worth evaluating. There's just too many variables that play into our ability to make a good, clear, thorough decision. I don't know if we're prepared to do that at 18 either. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it. Let us know what you think the age of consent should be, or if there's any other unpopular or popular opinions that you might have. We're curious to know.
Yeah, if you guys have any video ideas or topics that you would like to see us discuss, please let us know down below.
Please like, comment, and subscribe and help us grow our community. Thanks for watching. Sleep tight, y'all.
And have a good night.